Imagine you kill Charlie Kirk because you think that he is far right, and now you're stuck with Andrew Wilson. Anti-Charlie Kirk debate.
Out. I don't know who Andrew is, but Jesus.
Quickly before we pivot to Andrew, I think I'm a little bit different when it comes to this because I was almost unalived by a pew like a year ago due to words that I spoke.
She's not different.
So I have a very different perspective of your words have meaning, and you could possibly be unalived for them.
It's not okay.
No, it's not okay. But
yeah, that's the point.
It's unfortunately the world we live in the United States when pew-pews are everywhere.
Right. Okay, Andrew, I don't know, by popular demand, you're up on this panel. What's going on, man?
I just wanted to, well, thank you for having me up, by the way. I just wanted to engage in the prompts here with you. So,
yes.
I've noticed a lot of the...
Wait, is this the real Andrew Wilson?
I
no.
guess.
Oh, sorry. I'm shocked.
Anyways, can we please just let him speak? Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So, I have noticed that a lot of the leftists on TikTok have been all over lives today and yesterday, and basically since this happened, many of them are indeed celebrating this. And one of the kind of coded dog whistles that, hang on, let me at least get it out. So, one of the coded dog whistles that they use is butt. They use butt a lot. He didn't deserve this. Charlie Kirk didn't deserve this, but. Now, I noticed that you have the same thing, right? Charlie did not deserve this, but Charlie said harmful things, right? So that's, hang on. Let me just finish the point, and then I'll let you talk all you want. Let me just at least get out what I'm saying. So the reason that I think that you guys are doing this, I think that most leftists actually secretly are celebrating this, and the reason that they use
So I'm going to pause you there because this is my panel, and I don't.
So I'm not allowed to finish the point. I was almost done. I'm landing the plane right now. I talked for literally 40.
About your points, so I'm
I
not
talked for 40
seconds,
seconds, lady.
Yeah, Andrew, you're gonna let me correct you on this one point, and then
you are woman, hear me roar.
No, it's not even like that. You don't even know who
then can I at least finish the point?
You don't even know who I am.
You're not even going to let people finish their points? You're going to demand, of course, that I let you finish yours, but I'm not allowed to finish mine.
Andrew, let her ask her question.
Andrew, sure. You're king. Go ahead.
Thank you. I appreciate you acknowledging the crown.
I'm not going to lie, that's a miracle. That shows a little bit of restraint because I do these TikTok debates. It's on my channel. I have a few videos on my channel of me debating feminists on TikTok and going into their spaces and debating them. And because they've never had any power in their lives, they will mute you any chance they get. You never get to finish a point.
The thing is like I do think that they are celebrating this. And that's what the butt is all about, that you're trying to defer responsibility away from your insane rhetoric in order to blame this on the right, which is what the left has been doing on X since this happened, trying to say this guy's a far-right graper, this type of thing. And it's all nonsense. That's it. That's all I had to say.
I appreciate you. So if you could give me a few seconds and actually stay here while I do it.
That he was
Omen, this is my panel.
Andrew, follow me back. I love you.
Okay, Jesus Christ.
Love you too, man.
Okay, Andrew, so here's the thing. The reason why I got upset about what you said originally is because I have spent the last fucking 48 hours or more now literally coming after my own people on the quote-unquote left for being disgusting, right? I have been doing that. There is no but in this statement. That is why they are separate statements. I said it from the jump of this panel. I have said on every single panel I have been on, which has been probably 5 to 10 panels in the last 48 hours or more. I think it's fucking disgusting. I think you can see here, I said the reaction of extremists is deplorable on both sides. Anybody up here and in the comments who is on the right will tell you that that is what I have been saying since before he went cold. All right? So what you're not going to do is come up here and throw me into the pool of all the quote unquote leftist lunatics, because that's not what I'm doing. What I'm actually doing is trying to start a different narrative, which is that if anyone is celebrating this, right, you're disgusting. I have started a blacklist in a private Discord for anybody that has perused even our lives. that has said rhetoric that is that disgusting to make sure that they no longer have a voice to do so.
I mean, but let's just be honest here. Dean, who is even a leftist commentator, while he was on live stream, he seen the video of Charlie Kirk bleeding out of his neck, and he cried during his live stream when he found out that Charlie Kirk passed away. And now people on the left are saying that he's not on the left because he was giving sympathy to a fascist.
Doesn't deserve that, man. Wife and children were in attendance, dude. Imagine.
And I don't think that a white person has the moral high ground to be saying this is to be condemned and this is not to be condemned, because you just don't understand it, right? So I'm not excusing unaliving, by the way. I just wanted to say I don't condemn it. I mean, I condemn it. I don't condone it, right? I'm not going to sit here and celebrate. Even on my lives, I clearly said I won't celebrate it. But at the end of the day, if a black person comes to me and celebrates it, I'm not going to condemn them.
So I can't say that it's everybody, but it's certainly enough to make everybody else in America notice.
So do not come up here and get me twisted. That's all I'm asking. Know your audience before you start making assumptions.
Andrew, there is nobody celebrating this more than the White House. I promise you that.
Yeah, and you think?
No, I promise.
So
you,
I just wanted.
promise you that. This is everything.
Am I allowed to respond here or no?
Yeah, because I wanted him to respond to what I just said.
Yeah. So this person who spoke right after you just literally was able to refute everything you said with their very first statement. No, see, the right wing is really responsible. The right wing really is celebrating this. It's really the right. Do you see that? Do you see the language? Like instantly this person refutes everything you said with the very first sentence because this is the left. This is the left. This is what the left does.
Excuse me, I didn't refute anything she said.
You're not excused. You're not excused, and I wasn't finished.
Excuse me.
And I didn't interrupt you, so calm down.
I didn't say a single celebratory word about the unaliving of
Donald. You're trying to pin the stuff you guys said about Kirk on the right.
In the White House. Turn your ire at the ones who caused this mess. Why don't you do that?
You guys caused this mess. You guys saying that he's a Nazi and a fascist and everything else.
I need everybody to mute because this is exactly what I was trying to avoid again with my fucking panels. When I had 600 people in here 2 days ago, I said from the jump, stop finger pointing. More people are going to get hurt. If you are going to go around on TikTok, I don't care who you are or what side you're on, and your fucking goal is to point a finger, you're part of the fucking problem. All of you. I don't care what side you're on. We have to stop unnecessary unaliving. We are not going to do that by having people say, it's you. No, it's you. No, it's you. Shut the fuck up. We are humans before we are anything political. Anything. Can we have a little fucking human decency and a little rationale and a little critical thinking skill in order to decipher the fact that people don't fit into two boxes of left and right, that humans are more complex than that, Americans are more complex than that? Are we fucking kidding?
Well, so to respond to what you're saying here, you're pointing fingers. That's what you're doing. When you take the neutral stance and you say it's extremists on both sides, that's finger pointing. You're doing the exact same thing you're accusing other people of. So what we need to do is get to the root of what the issue is here. The root of the issue is that people on TikTok, like Dean Parker, let's say the Unfuck America tour, the things that they were saying when they were calling this guy a fascist, they were saying he was a Nazi, they were saying he was a YT supremacist. Right. They were trying to mobilize leftists to show up at the event, crash these various events. Everything that they could do to mobilize this towards what would easily end up being.
Hold on 1 second, Omen.
Exactly. It's dehumanizing language, and they've been radicalizing and indoctrinating these kids. Bro, just think about it, bro. There are kids that are learning that men are not men and women are not women. If you can't tell me that's not radical, if you're telling me that's not insanely radical, and the fact that people actually started to believe that, that's the type of radicalization they've been going through. And it's not even just that way. It's been in violence. If you talk about the movies, if you talk about the social media influence.
I'm sorry. I know some people's sensibilities. I respect and appreciate that. But right now, with all due respect, we're walking down a damn different path. We're fighting fire with fire, and we're going to punch these sons of bitches in the mouth.
I'm sick and tired of it. Left-wingers, liberals, you need to be fucking showing your opponent's guts on there, okay? You need to be gutting them. You need to be shanking these motherfuckers and letting their intestines just ride on stage. What the fuck is this shit, man? Slice them up. Slice them and fucking dice them. What the fuck is this?
874 Bellevue Drive, and I'm gonna kill you with my AR-15. Like that's the type of messages they were leaving in this dude's office, and he's resigning. Like he's literally, this is his last term. So I think that people are a lot more radical.
It's hurt poor people that they can afford housing in Berkeley. I don't know how that works.
My understanding is that the property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude.
For the past 20 years, they've been fed the idea that speaking is violence, that speech is violence. If somebody harms you through speech, now that's how they're justifying their ability to be physically violent with people. It's absolute insanity, and it's definitely being pushed. And all you need is one crazy person, especially with the amount of mental health issues that are on the left. Let's be honest, there's a lot of mental health issues on the left. If you're a man and you believe that you're a woman, you're probably mentally ill. And all it takes is one of those people to take the shot. All you need is one. And when you're in all that environment all the time, you go a little bit more extreme, and now you're in groups of people who start actually talking about taking action, and then you become one of those types of people. Because when you're in Mexico, you start speaking Spanish. You just become like the people you're around. So it's just inevitable. When you start to believe and promote for kids to be castrated, you are distant from reality, brother. Let's be honest here.
Okay, Andrew, do you care when the
Stop.
No, because the Groybers got sent after.
I don't care. Stop. I'm fucking speaking. Jesus Christ. Andrew, again, you're saying your rhetoric. Are you pointing that at me or people that come up on my live who I allow to have a voice?
Yeah, I would also point that you're accusing people of pointing fingers, but you're doing the exact same thing by saying it's extremists on both sides. That's finger pointing definitionally.
Well, am I wrong? So, okay, Andrew,
like
are you of the
Spider-Man
belief
meme.
that only one side has hateful people and extremists?
No, I would never put anybody in a monolith.
Okay.
But I can still at least get to the truth statement. Yeah, but hang on, let me qualify the statement, right?
Sure.
So while it is the case that I would not monolithically say that there could never be bad people on the right, that would be insane. I can at least be intellectually honest enough to say that all of the rhetoric that Trump's a Nazi and a fascist, and so is Kirk, and so are all these people. They're trying to take your rights away. They're trying to take everything away from you. They want to destroy you. They want to end you. What did you think was going to happen? Like, what did you think would happen?
Yeah.
Andrew, I have a question for
on
you.
this panel said that.
No, all right, no. Hold on. I have a question for Andrew. Okay, so I'm reading in the comments, and these people were not in here before you come in here. So I'm assuming they follow you around, right? So I am reading, like, the left are lunatics, the left are brainwashed, the left are brain unalived. Like,
I mean, the problem is
they called you stupid. That's it. That's the big own. A bunch of people in your comments said you were stupid.
Andrew, what it is?
Come on, bro. You can do better than that.
Andrew, the point is this, right? Is that we have to call out the extremists on both sides. We have to. It's not to say that we're taking a neutral stance. By any means am I taking a neutral stance. If I was taking a neutral stance, I wouldn't even come on TikTok at this point. The point is that there are people that are extremists that we are allowing to be the voice of two sides of this issue. And they are not the majority.
Kirk was not an extremist by any metric, especially on the right.
Extremist? That's not who I'm speaking about. I'm speaking about
who are these extremists?
Reaction. Andrew, I'm speaking about.
I'm just asking who the extremists are. Who are these right-wing extremists?
Do you have a hearing problem? I don't know you. So do you have a hearing problem because I'm speaking and you're interrupting it?
Yeah, but I just want to qualify that one point. That's all. Who are the extremists?
When I did that to you on my own panel, you got upset about it and cried. So
well,
I just want to make sure
you don't do it in a person's introductory statement.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that this was your panel and I have to run it the way that you think.
Well, no, but I mean, you do understand basic decorum,
so then
right?
Please be quiet. So, the point is that we are allowing people in the aftermath to react, right? To react with extremist views and allowing those extremist views to be the voice of the parties as a whole, as if we are monoliths. So while you just said, I realize that the parties are not a monolith, all you have been saying since you've been up here for the last 20 minutes has been that the left is the problem. What I'm saying is to be rational and to be a critical thinker and to be honest and in good faith, you have to go, yes, while the left does push the narrative that the right are fascists, right? There is a rhetoric on the right that is the left are indoctrinating our children and they're going to let the immigrants overrun our country and they're going to do.
Well, one side has a person that's dead for having a conversation, and one side is justifying that by saying that words are violence and he shouldn't be able to say what he was trying to say. So there's one side that's definitely a lot more extreme than the other side, and trying to say that the other side's response to the extreme that you've caused is disingenuous to me. If you punch somebody, you can't control how they respond. Now, that doesn't mean that you should just go out here and just be harming people because you feel like you got to get back for Charlie Kirk. But I'm just saying, if you're on the left and you're talking about who's the most extreme, well, one side has somebody that was a commentator that they considered to be moderate that was killed in broad daylight. So we talking about which one is more extreme. It's hard to make the argument that it's not the left right now.
So they both have it. It's fucking stupid. And what I'm trying to say is push back against that. Be an individualist, right? If wrong is wrong. It doesn't matter what category you so-called fall into. That's my point, Andrew.
Yeah, but this makes no sense, because if you really were interested in what is true, the left is indoctrinating our children. And the thing that's really interesting here is that Kirk actually was demonstrating this. He was demonstrating this by showing that when he showed up on college campuses in order to unindoctrinate our children,
That's a great point.
what happened to him?
That's a great point.
Due to leftist extremist messaging. And by the way, the problem is that I can show you the categorization for extremism of they're fascist, this and that. This is not done by just moderate leftists. This is on all of their mainstream news networks. This is the mainstream political pundits who are saying this. They're calling right-wingers literally Snazis because they don't want unfettered immigration. No, they're not equally culpable here. That's the brain dead take. The brain dead take is saying that they're equally culpable.
You can't say right now, bro.
You can't say
telling the truth. I'm
debunking the idea that they're equal, because they're not. One side almost killed the future president, and if he didn't turn his head, he might have got shot in the face. So he's just pointing out the facts and saying, yeah, it's not equally both sides being extreme. It's definitely one side being more extreme than the other.
The truth. That's what I'm doing right now.
And raising the temperature. That's not how it works, buddy.
Listen, you just came up on this panel, monopolized with your fucking army down below. That literally what you're spewing.
I didn't do anything. I waited my turn till I was called on.
Listen,
No,
you've been talking for a long ass time. Everything that you just said,
Did you need attention?
you just went against it within your own statement. You said, why are we polarizing this in this direction? Why are we pointing fingers?
No, I
As
didn't
you just
say
went
any
on
of
a
that.
diatribe against the left. No, dude. No,
Just making
dude, that's
stuff
just
up.
ridiculous.
You're just making stuff up.
You're fucking ridiculous. You're a joke.
Oh, you got me. You're ridiculous. Great argument.
You're a fucking joke.
You're a
No,
joke.
fucking
Oh, that's
joke.
an even better argument.
You know what? Point the finger. Point the finger at the administration. And I didn't call out a party, by the way. I didn't say the right or the left.
I know. You were just going to say that. Is Trump a
finger at the
Nazi?
administration
Can you be honest with me?
that
Do you think Trump's a
literally
Nazi?
birthed this movement.
Can you be
That
honest with me?
literally
Do you think Trump's a Nazi? Do you think he is?
Andrew, there's
Do you think
multiple
he's a fascist? I just wanted to answer this and then I'll go. Can you answer that question? Do you think Trump's a fascist Nazi? Do you?
Why are you asking me
I
that
want you to give me an
question?
honest answer. Do you or not? No, I don't, because I'm not crazy. Do you think so?
Andrew, it doesn't matter if she does because she doesn't speak for everyone.
I'm not asking her to speak for everyone. I'm asking her to speak for her. Can you answer my question, please?
I think that Donald Trump runs a very dangerous right-wing regime, and I think that he has caused a lot of problems in the United States. He's polarized people in
Have
the
you called
US,
him a Nazi or not?
And he is giving. Have I? Did
Yeah.
you hear me call him that?
I'm
Are
asking
trying to
you.
put
I'm
words in my mouth to
asking
win some
you.
more
I'm
points, or what's your
asking
goal?
you. I'm asking you.
Are
Have you
are
called him a
asking
Nazi
me?
or not?
Let her answer the question.
She's not answering it. Have you called him a Nazi or not?
Because I'm not. Because I don't simp for you, motherfucker.
I
and
just
don't
want
have
an
to
answer to
the
my question.
the way
Have you
do.
called him a Nazi or
I
haven't
don't
you?
have to simp for you.
Can you
I don't
just answer
simp
the
for you.
question?
You understand me?
So then, because I said so, then
You say yes or no, and then you give the qualifier. If you don't think he's a Nazi, it's a no. If you do, then it's a yes. It's a very yes or no question.
Then just 1 second, Matt, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, so Andrew, you came up on this panel and you said that the left was causing the temperature to rise based on the rhetoric that they were using, while you're currently using your own rhetoric, saying the radical left, saying Antifa, all this dangerous stuff about what the left is, and mischaracterizing the majority of the left based on what a few people on Twitter say. But you're also raising the temperature with your rhetoric. So if you want to have a good faith debate, then you need to not do the same thing that you're accusing the left of currently doing.
And I have to keep going back to this stat because it's important for people to know the climate. In April, the Network Contagion Research Institute, along with Rutgers University, found that 55% of self-identified left-of-center respondents said that it was at least somewhat justified. 55% said that it was at least somewhat justified to murder President Trump. 48% said the same thing about Elon Musk, and 40% of respondents, including 59.6% of the left-of-center respondents, said that it was at least somewhat acceptable to destroy a Tesla dealership in protest. If 55% can justify the assassination of a president, that's majority, brother.
Okay, so let me give you a response to that very quickly.
Hold on.
No, I'm not allowed to respond, of course.
You can in a second. You guys, if you have not figured this out, Andrew is rage bait on steroids. He does not want to have a good faith debate. He wants to run through the panel. And there's no talking to people like that.
What have I done that's bad faith, dude?
Hey Andrew, I just wanted to say.
What have I done that's bad faith? What have I done except engage in the conversation, dude? What?
Thank you.
I'm a huge fan of Andrew Wilson. I've been following you, dude, for years, my guy. I'm a huge fan. I seriously am.
I appreciate that.
Andrew, I actually have a legitimate question that's more personal.
Same. I'm a big fan too.
Okay, great. You have fanboys up here, Andrew. Jesus Christ.
Yes,
Andrew,
your dub that he's a straight savage.
1 second, Yankee. 1 second. Andrew, did you know Charlie at all?
I'm not going to engage in that.
I'm not doing anything. I just didn't know. I was meaning nothing. There was no ulterior motive.
I never met him in person.
Okay.
So anyway, over to this. I would like, so just to respond very briefly to Matt. Your essential argument here is like, I can see people starting fires and then I yell, hey, those people are starting fires. And you're like, hey, man, why are you trying to start a panic? That's what your argument sounds like to me. And then hang on, Matt, hang on. I didn't interrupt you once. Not once. And then over to you, the gal, because I said so, I would actually really like an answer to my question. Have you called Trump a Nazi before or not?
I don't simply.
What does that have to do with answering the question?
Because you literally came up here and you wanted to point out that nobody should point fingers, correct? And you're trying to walk people.
No, that's not what I was trying to point out.
I'm not. Listen, I'm not playing your stupid fucking.
Can you answer my question?
You want to play it? Go play with
you
somebody
can't answer
else.
it because you have, right?
I have what?
You've called Trump a Nazi, haven't you?
First of all, I'm not going to answer your question.
Yeah, exactly, because you have.
Second of all, I answered. I answered your question. I answered your I answered your question.
No, you didn't.
In the way that you needed to hear it.
Yeah, because you answered it by not answering it. You still haven't answered it.
I answer questions in the way that the person who's posing them needs to hear it. And my answer to you is Donald Trump has caused this because he was running a far-right regime.
Far-right?
Who has created this environment, who's giving permission for everything that you came up here saying that you didn't want and then walked right into and then tried to repeat that you didn't want and then walked right into and then tried to repeat to bait people in on the panel.
Look. So what these people really want to do is they want to be able to poke the bear and do things violent towards you, but when they feel like they're going to get a reaction, they put their hands behind their back and then they use your morality against you. And you won't necessarily see me doing this, but now the right is using some of the tactics that the left's been using for years. It first started with boycotting, and the right was super effective when it came to boycotting, especially after Elon Musk bought Twitter. They became very organized. And then right after that, now they're starting to do the thing where they're calling people's jobs and getting them fired. And just 5 years ago, the left had no problem with it. But now that they're on the back foot, they're going, why are you guys doing this? I thought you didn't believe in cancel culture. Well, you do. Do you know how hard it is to go against people who have no morality when you're trying to use a sense of morality? So now people on the right are starting to take the gloves off. Now the right is starting to think, if you guys get to mock the things that we find sacred, family, faith, all different types of things that the right care about, the left has no problem mocking. But if somebody so much as mocks the left for their delusional takes, then all of a sudden they're public enemy number one. I think after this whole Charlie Kirk situation, the right finally wants to start taking some stuff back. Let me know in the comments below if this video was a W or L. Give me the HBO special. That's help without special. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. Till next time.